Hey, greetings! Performance Reviews, where I give you the review from the technician's point of view. Today I've got a pair of Hoover Streamlines, but they are quite different. One is plug-in, one is a cordless one-power system. We have Hoover's new Streamline, which is their line of floor washers. These are essentially auto mops. They're not designed to be your only vacuum or anything like that. They are designed for wet pickup on hard floor to basically replace your mop. And they both seem to do that fairly well. Now, they look the same at first glance, but there's actually some subtle differences, where the cleaner heads and brush rollers seem to be interchangeable. Things like tank capacity and how you go about using these are a little bit different. So we're going to do a few things here in this comparison. We're first going to go over the differences between these, tank sizes, things like that. But then we're going to do a sound test, then we're going to do a pickup test, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts as a technician and somebody who's been using both of these for, well, we've been using the corded one for almost a year now, and then the cordless one I've had for a few months, and I'll tell you what my experience is with that as well. Well, the first thing is the brush roller, and how you get to the brush roller is exactly the same. Very easy. They both come with an extra set of brush rollers, which I think is kind of a nice touch. You can see that just kind of attaches there and clips in. All this is very easy, and that I will say, these are both very easy to use. Moving on, they both have the same size dirty water tank, so that's cool. They both come with an extra one of these filters, and there's no cyclonic separation or anything, so if you have animals or something like that, you definitely want to pre-vacuum before you use either of these. And the dirty water tanks come apart and can be cleaned fairly easily. Now we're starting to get into some of the differences. The clean water tank appears to be a different size on these, as you can see. It's a slight difference. There's probably about 4 ounces of difference between the tanks, and they both seem to last about the same time from what I can tell. For demonstration purposes of this video, I have filled them with the same chemical. Well, another thing I'd like to note on the cordless version is just how nice this battery comes in and out of here. And these one-power batteries will tell you how much battery they have left, and they slide in and out with ease. Alright, going to the midsection, they both have a display screen, but one is basic and one is like an OLED thing. Next, let's talk a little bit about the handles. On the plug-in version, there is a liquid dispense button right here. On the cordless version there is not, but the cordless version also has this nice rubber texture on the handle. I'm sure in 10 years that will feel a little bit weird in the hands, but it does have a nice feel to it right now. And of course, also on the handle is we have the plus button for the boost button and an on switch, where this has the menu toggle and the on switch. Now moving on to the base station, the cordless version has a button on the bottom of the base station that you have to step on twice to put it to self-clean, where the corded version has the self-clean button up where the screen would be. Because there's not really a screen there, that's where the button is. And also you can see the cordless version, of course, will charge in the base, where the corded version is just a piece of molded plastic. Both bases have provisions for the roller and the filter so that you can let those air dry out of the machine. Alright, well, I have a dirty floor. It has snowed here, as always in Colorado. And on the right side, we're going to do the corded. On the left side, we're going to do the cordless. And you're going to tell me which you think did a better job at the end. You can see that the corded version does leave the floor a little bit more dry. The cordless version, I feel like it puts out a little bit less water, and it looks like the brush roller is slightly slower than the corded version. They both do about the same at the end of the day. If you weren't doing them side by side, I'm not sure you would notice a difference. I think if you did them 5 minutes apart, you'd be really confused which one did which is a good thing. You really don't want a huge performance gap between these two. I wanted to do a quick dry pickup test between the two. I'm going to put them both on boost mode and see how they do. I also have the studio microphone connected, so you're going to hear the real sound of the machine running as well. Well, they both seem to have picked it up just fine without any problems. I've made some mud on the ground and threw some hot sauce down. I'm curious to see how these are at picking up both of these items. That did a lot better than I thought they'd do. Well, that seems to be the same. Well, folks, at the end of the day, which do I prefer? Well, that is a question. Cordless is convenient, and not having to hold the trigger while you use it, that I do like. However, the price difference between these two, if we go to full retail, the corded version seems to be just under $200, and the cordless version seems to be $350 to $400 at the time of filming. Again, those prices will vary, so if you find one on sale at a reasonable price, don't hesitate to pick one over the other. I'm going to have links below to both of these if you want to see the current prices. As far as which one should you pick, well, I've definitely field tested the corded one a little bit more than the cordless one at this point. I find that the tank on the corded one, when it gets really, really low, sometimes doesn't dispense, which annoys me, where the cordless one seems to run out of fluid just fine. As far as like actual results, the cordless one seems to streak the floor a little bit more than the corded one. Don't know why that is. And I've tried all of the Hoover chemical in both of these and not noticed a difference. So I can't even say it's picky about chemical. Really, they're both good. They're both reasonably priced. And the advantage of this product over, say, the Tyneco or some of the cheaper ones on Amazon are that when these break, in theory, you can get parts for them. If they break under warranty, Hoover's probably going to replace it for you. So you at least have a little bit more peace of mind when you buy these. Hey, thank you Patreon supporters for your support. I really appreciate it. My life has been so hectic lately. Between moving and switching partners and all that stuff, things have just been super hectic, and I have not produced the normal amount of content. So that's my 2 cents on the Hoover Auto Mops. If you thought this video was useful, please give it a thumbs up. Even better yet, share it. If you really like what we're doing, check out the description box. There's so many cool things down there. We have exclusive videos for Patreon supporters. We have a Discord server, and of course, links to all this stuff that benefit the channel if you want to support the channel. Have yourself a wonderful day.